Bonjour, hello and welcome fellow YouTubers. Today I'm looking at the St. Louis. You're probably thinking, why are you looking at French cruisers, Lone? When you're looking at one last year, if you've been following my channel, you're absolutely right. I reviewed the Charles Martel back in 2024, November 2024 to be precise, and I had a lot of fun in that ship. I then went on to grind the St. Louis with my 10-point captain here, Jeremy Noel, and what can I say? I failed to post the videos. So, big rap on the knuckles for me, and without more ado, let's have a look at the ship. She's a tier 9, and I would say heavy cruiser quite loosely. The armor layout is not exactly what I call heavy. 25mm nose, 27mm upper casemate with 27mm deck. If we take the nose off, we're looking at 20mm armor thickness, and then this Citadel armor of 100mm, which goes on below and gets quite soft for plunging shells. And this curious little lump of metal here, which is Citadel, 100mm. And then the Citadel, this is... what? Where did the Citadel go? Right, okay, we've got torpedo protection here. And then behind that, yeah, more Citadel armor. Okay, so... a clear weakness in the design here, but if you're fortunate enough to get hit in the torpedo protection, there is a space. So you've got that French black hole space armor. Chances are, though, you really don't want to show broadside to the opposing team, because there are plenty of guns, battleship guns, that can punch straight through this. Hell, there are cruiser guns that can go through this. It's only 100mm thick. And if we take that off and look at the Citadel behind, that's only 45mm. Kiting away, you can see fairly well protected. Again, you'll be glancing shots off this plate, but I suspect that the odd Citadel from this sort of angle isn't unheard of. She is a kiter, she is a HE spammer, and her guns are these 203mm HE OEA melees, 1928s, with high explosive shells. They've got a 19% fire chance and a reload of 9.7 seconds. And they also have a range of 18.3 kilometers, so they're quite long range. But that said, that kind of suits the meta at the moment, with ships standing off and sniping at one another. You do have to take a few risks to get a little closer unless you use range mod. I haven't done that, but it's always an option. Okay, so let's have a look at the equipment. What you've got here is, in slot 1, I've gone with main arms modification 1 to protect the guns and torpedo tubes. Then I've gone with engine room protection, but quite frankly, if you've got the cold, you're probably better off getting engine boost modification 1 to increase this already pretty decent speed boost that gives you 3 minutes of speed boost to, let me think, 30% on that, almost 4 minutes of speed boost, which would be nice to have because you get 4 of them, so that should cover you for the entire match. So yes, engine boost modification 1 would be very nice. If you can live without that extra speed, also hydroacoustic search modification 1 is worth thinking about, because I believe the hydro doesn't last particularly long. No, you get less than 2 minutes. So with the hydroacoustic search mod, you could increase that to over 2 minutes, which might actually be worth it. But I don't know about you, I'm a bit of a speed freak, so I generally go with engine boost modification 1. Okay, she gets some heals. She gets the infamous main battery reload booster, okay, which will bring her reload times down to around 4.5–5 seconds, which is pretty fast. Okay, in slot 3, I went with aiming system modification 1, then slot 4, propulsion modification 1, and then slot 5, concealment system modification 1 to get our concealment down to 11.7 kilometers. While we're on the subject, let's have a look at her maneuverability. She can do 34.7 knots with the speed boost on. That's a 20% buff. You can expect to hit over 40 knots in this ship with the speed flag, which is very nice to have. The turning circle 720 meters, which isn't terrible. The rudder shift is a little slow at 10.2 seconds. Her AA defense is tidy, a value of 78, so she can shoot planes down. And her submarine warfare suite isn't bad either. 7 kilometer range. I'd like to see that more like 10 kilometers, really, if I'm honest. But we'll take it. We'll take it. Okay, so where do I finish here? Now, this is contentious. You can take main battery modification 3 and you get an improved reload speed, but of course your guns traverse a little slower. Or some people take gunfire control system modification 2 to get those guns firing at around 20 kilometers, because quite frankly, the shell arcs aren't the worst. They are a little floaty at those sort of ranges, but they're not the worst. Personally though, I think you're going to struggle to land those floaty shells on smaller targets, so I would probably recommend main battery modification 3 for the reload boost. That's what I've gone with here. And if we look at the captain build, we start with gun feeder, then we go to priority target, then we go to superintendent, and then we go to concealment expert. Then after that we take adrenaline rush. Then after adrenaline rush we go with top grade gunner, okay, to bring the main battery reload time down when we have more ships in our standard detectability range. Any ships in standard detectability, you get a nice little buff on the reload, which is nice for dealing with short range issues like destroyers. Then after that, I would probably take consumable enhancements, because we have a lot of consumables on this ship, and this will help the speed boost and the hydroacoustic search and give them, you get more uptime with those. And then consumable specialist. And then with my last point, I would probably take grease the gears. That said, not necessarily in that order, gentlemen. It depends if the gun turret traverse is driving you round the twist. You can always take the grease the gears point early, maybe after adrenaline rush, if it's bothering you, because the turn time on these turrets is 29.6 seconds, which is a little slow. Okay, well, I'm going to show you some archive footage of me in the St. Louis, as it's been a while since the last review. Hope you enjoy. Bonjour, hello, and welcome. Today I'm looking at the St. Louis, and the map's Sleeping Giant. I have never sailed this ship before. It's a, let me see, a 10-point captain in her at the moment. I don't have any other commander skills or tricks or gimmicks, okay? And it's put me in a pretty bad match make. I'm lowest tier, and we're up against tier 11s. I'm just going to turn on some circles just to make my life easier. I just want to know how... Yeah, okay. That should do it. Don't need airstrike range. I know 7 kilometer on that. I'm pretty sure I know most of these, but it's nice to have the extra intel on the minimap. Call me old-fashioned. Right. Okay. I do like this map. I think it might be good for us. There's some islands to the right that will be handy. We'll try and take advantage of those if we can. Somebody's got me on RPF already. It looks like Aishima's AFK. Okay. As you see, she's a pretty fast boat. You can get around pretty fast with your 3-minute speed boost, which can go to almost 4 minutes if you take the speed boost mod. But as you can see, if I don't touch anything, we'll hit 40 knots. There you go. $41. Treble. She does have torpedoes, 9-kilometer range. Those do 14,833 damage and have a speed of 60 knots and a reload time of 90 seconds. You only get 3 a side, but they can prove very useful. Little sting in the tail, as it were. So I'm going to head over to the island at G7, G8. Because I can see the fleet is going up the 9 line and are going to want some fire support. And since it's quite a light frame for a heavy cruiser, I really do not want to be bow tanking in this ship. So we're going to use islands. The guns are surprisingly easy to use. I'm at 18.2 kilometers and the arcs are pretty tight. Okay, Hoffman going backwards. Stalingrad's right on the edge of my gun range. That's unfortunate. And our destroyers are backing off. No doubt terrified of the Hoffman, right? I've got a Hoffman. They're not that terrifying, really. It's a good ship, but I wouldn't say it's terrifying. If you haven't seen my Hoffman video, plug, yeah, check it out, right? But yeah, I like Hoffman. It's a good ship. Okay, there's Stalingrad's coming into gun range. I've got to take into account the flight time. It's quite long. I mean, 10 seconds. I probably didn't give him enough lead. Never used these guns before. Might clip the back. Nope, I didn't give him enough lead. And that's the thing, when you're firing long range with relatively floaty shells. Not the worst, right? Not the worst. I think these gun arcs are very good. You need to adjust accordingly. But I'll get used to them. Okay, those look good. But he's moving away. Yeah, he's moving away. Doesn't want to play. Okay, we've got a daring on the cap. Just scaring him off, really. I don't expect those to hit. He's just stuck behind an island. But it's good to scare people, right? Yeah, and as you can see, this is the meta, essentially. People just standing off and no one pushing. Might be able to get some fire down on the Colombo. Maybe. But with these 18-kilometer guns, you do get options. Yeah, we managed to decap him. But he's now gone dark. Of course. Yeah. I was kind of hoping for Team Red to push, if I'm honest. But no one pushes anymore, except in rank. And in the end game. You get pushes in the end game. Okay. Our gearing and their daring are standing off at D. I think it's time to reposition. I got a bit bored of staying behind this island now, if I'm honest.
Well done, Commander.
Okay, some of the team in chat aren't too happy with the gearing play. They want him to take on the daring. But of course the daring's got hydro. If the gearing gets too close, he can smoke hydro him and take him out pretty quickly. So I don't think the gearing deserved a -1 there. The gearing knows what he's up against. And if in fact he's engaging now, I hope chat didn't make him do that. Because they really don't know what they're talking about. We might be able to help out here. If my gun turrets ever turn in time. That should get him. Should we get him? Yeah, not enough though. Not enough. So the gearing's still up. Yep, got him with the rears. Okay, good. The turret rotation is incredibly slow, and oh boy were we punished for that action, but it was totally worth it. We have heals. Has everybody stopped firing at me? Are we all done now? Yeah, apparently so. But yeah, the players of the game are very aware of the fact that you're, I wouldn't say made out of glass, not like certain light cruisers out there, but you know, the armor is, especially against tier 10 and 11 guns, relatively inadequate, especially against battleships and the heavy cruisers. You're kind of relying on overpens and black hole effects and such to stay afloat. And of course the speed booster, more importantly, so that you can jink out of the way. So the playstyle is very much long range. I shouldn't really be on this cap, if I'm honest. I should still be back at the island, but you know, as a destroyer main, I get bored real easy. I don't have the patience for this long range sniping bullshit. I really don't. I mean, we're what, halfway through the match almost, and yeah. So I'm getting used to the guns. Wow. 5k damage air and a fire. It's good fire chance on these shells. Very good. He put that fire out, so I'm going to use the reload booster to see if I can set another one. Because if I do, it'll be a perma. There we go. First perma fire of the match. Go on, give us another one. Oh, you beauty, game. You beauty. Right, he's got 2 perm fires on him. Lovely. And a lot of torpedoes incoming. I'd say he's in trouble. I'd say he's in trouble. Yeah, down he goes. Yu Yang Torp. Okay. Well, we've secured D. It's pretty even at the moment on the scoring. Both teams are vying for control of the map. The Team Red have 2 caps, we have 2 caps. And there's quite a lot of toxic chit-chat in the chat. Of course there is. At this tier, expect it. Okay, what have we got here? A Gearing who needs finishing off. Did they get him? I'm just guessing, I'm just guessing. There's no way I'm going to hit him. Okay, fire on the Stalingrad. He's pushing in. He's finally grown a spine. He's gone all the way up to the A line in Stalingrad. That's crazy. That is pretty nuts. He makes him very hard to hit when he's weaving around like this. Only because of the range. I mean, the Stalingrad is a big target. I mean, he's practically the size of a battleship. I have the Stalingrad, and she's a fine ship, but I play her more like a battleship than I do a cruiser. Okay, we've got a fire on her. You can think of her as a super heavy cruiser. I mean, strictly speaking, she's in the same class as a St. Louis, right? But honestly, she plays nothing like. Okay, we got fire on her. She's burning nicely. Keep an eye on that. If she puts it out, we've got another fire on her. Now, you might be wondering why I use the reload booster, but the thing is, this guy is weaving around. He's right at the back, and I don't think I'm going to get to shoot him for very much longer before he goes dark again. So I'm taking full advantage. Oh, this big island, more importantly, on the left. Okay, we've got 3 fires on him. That's hilarious. And they're all perma by the look of it. Wow. Wow. Okay, totally worth it. He's gone dark, but totally worth it. He'll put those out in a minute, surely. God, he's burning nicely, isn't he? Look at my damage top right. Okay, I'll put the hydro on because there may be more torps than just those buzzing by. I think those are gearing torps, though, to be honest. Oh. Do you know, chat, I do believe chat, he just said something a little bit rude to me in chat, I do believe. The smell of burning Russian cruiser. Très bon. I do like it when they get salty as they burn. I mean, nobody likes the HE sort of fire spam playstyle, right? Unless you're doing it, like I am right now, in which case it's great. Yeah, I've got a Zao. I know the drill. That's a ship I need to have another look at. They buffed it, didn't they? Better gun angles and stuff, yeah. So, you know, if I get a chance, I'll have a look. I must admit, I really enjoyed the Charles Martel, and this ship is no different. She's a lot of fun. Is she going to dominate her tier? Probably not, right? But the guns are so good. The speed is great to have. She's got torpedoes, yay! I like her. I think the St. Louis is a keeper. Definitely a keeper. Yeah, I'm just being cautious here because I'm under radar and there's a Jacksonville over there. I think the game's afoot. In fact, I think I may have just made a mistake. Too much chatting. I really don't want to take on a Jacksonville. He's going to cremate me. Oh well. Wish me luck as I go on my way. Yeah, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. I mean, what could possibly go wrong, right? There he is. One of the scariest starships in the game. Already got 2 fires on me. Have a fire back. Okay, torps look pretty crap actually. I don't think he's gonna... Yeah, he's gonna avoid those, isn't he? Damn. Close though. Close. Reckon if I'd hit him with a torp, this might have been a possible engagement, but unfortunately... Jacksonville kind of totally rocks. I'm just gonna... Yeah, report this guy for misbehavior in chat. And, I think maybe... yeah, well done. Welcome to my blacklist, mate. Okay, we've got less than a minute to go. And our Salem is pushing into a Des Moines. And he's firing AP. Yeah, not going to do a lot like that, mate. Oh, he's turning. The Des Moines is turning. You can start hurting him now. And then he's turning back again. Yeah. Probably better off with HE, my bro. Okay, Des Moines firing AP as well. So we've got a really long-winded AP duel going on between those two. 50 seconds. 10 seconds left in the match now because the gearing just took out the Cerberus. Or Cerberus. Unfortunate. That's it. It's over. But watching a Des Moines and a Salem both firing AP at each other at such crazy angles is hilarious, I must admit. Real quality match, right? Still, it was great, wasn't I? Anyway, how did we do? Okay, top 5 finish, not so terrible. Jacksonville did well, but it's a tier 11, isn't it? I'm not too surprised. I'm sitting in the middle of the top 10 in the tier 10 pack. In a tier 9 with a 10-point captain. Yeah, 25,000 fire damage on him. Jesus. 24,000 on the Carl. 102,149. 60,000 main battery. 40,000 fire damage. Shocking. 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 40% credit booster on there. 206,365 credits. You know what? Let's do another one. Okay, this time we're on the map Trap. And we're on tier. Yes. Yes, we're on tier. Lovely tier. It is a CV match, boo hiss, but at least we're on tier. So, should be able to show off what this ship can really do with a bit of luck. Trap's a funny map, though. I mean, I'm near the top of the map. As you can see, because it's at that jaunty angle, it kind of forces the ships closer together, so I won't be doing much in the way of long range actions. Oh, friendly bunch. Thank you, chat. We have a Le Fantasque going into C, and I've backed up by an Atlantico. So we're just going to keep an eye on the things for the Le Fantasque. Give him fire support if he needs it. And prepare to bug out if it gets too hot. Okay, their carrier's probing the other flank, which is great news. I mean, the AA's okay on this ship. The AA's okay. But I'm glad he's on the other flank. Okay, there's an enemy battleship coming into gun range, so I'm just going to park it here. And see if we can set some fires. Couple of hits, not too shabby. Overcooked the angle a bit there. Keeping half an eye on the camp. Pop my hydro on because I don't really want to get torpedoed by an Akazuki or a Jaeger. Although the Akazuki's down at A, minimap tells me. So, what have we got here? That's the... Have we got 2 Akazukis in this match? Yes, we have. Okay. Clearly. Clearly we have. Okay. Oh, we hit him hard, didn't we? Wow, almost 6k damage and a fire and incapacitation. But our Lefantask is struggling. And I'm not surprised, really. I think he's coming under fire from a cruiser. And the Akatsuki. Yeah. Buffalo. Yeah, okay, so there was a radar cruiser. If you check the minimap, it's at E9. And that was the problem there. He got too close, I guess. You notice the Akazuki is moving away off cap in smoke. And he's very close to his cruiser. How close is the Lefantask to me? No, he went too deep and got punished for it, which is a bit harsh because we didn't know that Buffalo was there, but them's the breaks. Okay. Nope, line's gone down to a Carga B torpedo. There's the Buffalo. Should be able to shell him from here, but I notice he's reversing out of my gun range. It's kind of annoying. Oh, we get a fire on him. Of course we do. Of course. Yeah, so Jaeger's taken B. Yeah, I get it. Could you spam that a bit more? Because, you know, I don't know how to read a mini-map, mate. You can see most of the enemy fleet is all the way down at A. This happens a lot on this map. If you're this side of the map, we tend to group up at C. And if you're the other side of the map, everyone seems to group up at A. And I have no idea why. I guess it's the way the map is. It kind of channels people. It's the lemming effect, right? No, these people have come up here clearly because they can see that it's me, Lone Gun, doing a video, and they just wanted to come over and say howdy, right? So that's clearly it. Yeah, the Atlantico, the Georgia, the Rupert, they're just part of my fan club, you know, paid players. Of course. Clearly. Right, well, I would like to take a share in capping this. I'm not too scared of a Buffalo. I'm not too scared of an Akazuki, to be honest, but the torpedoes do hit like a truck, so you have to be a little careful around them. I can certainly outgun him. Okay, their cargo took out... our cargo took out their Jaeger. Okay, our cargo's having a bit of a day, isn't he? Okay, so they've lost their Jaeger. They've lost their Akazuki. They've got one Akazuki in play. This is quite a close match, actually. I can see what's going to happen. I reckon Team Red will capture A. We've already got C, and then we'll all meet in the middle for a grand melee, probably. There's a Buffalo firing on me. Okay, we'll get out of the way of that if we can. Avoided most of it. Keep the pressure on. He's low. He's low. I brought friends, Buffalo. I brought friends. Okay. He's really low. Okay. Well, if I don't get him, they will. Yep. Rupert got him. Good job. And again. Hit me with 3 shells in total and one of them caused a fire, of course. Okay, there's the Akatsuki. Tucked away behind the island. I don't think I can shoot him from here. But we're going to have a go anyway. Nah, Rupert got him again. Yeah, now we're making our way to the middle of the map, and staying as a fleet is a good idea in these situations. Because Team Red are in a nice little gaggle, and if we encounter them, it's better to encounter them in strength rather than individually feeding ourselves to them. They're down 5 ships, we're down 3. We've lost 3 destroyers. We've lost all our destroyers. They've lost all their destroyers. Sucks to be a destroyer in this game, right? Okay, let's have a go at the Tennessee. See if we can get some fires down. Don't smoke the Tennessee. Okay, there's a few planes buzzing around. Need to be half aware of that. Something's got me targeted. I suspect it's the Tennessee, and we've got a fire on him, so we're just going to take avoiding action. Move bows in, because I think he's launching at me. Yeah, he's firing AP. Got another fire on him. Burning nicely. Did he put them out? Yeah, he put them out. Reload booster, let's go. So he put out the fires. Now we're trying to get a perm fire with the reload booster. I'm prepared to risk a bit of damage for this. Come on, where's my fire? There we go, that's perm. And that's the thing. There you go, we got him. Well. That's the thing. If you notice that they put out their fire, just punch a reload booster and set some more, because you're going to get double. You're going to get extra value out of that reload booster if you use it like that. Because if they've damaged cons, they're going to have perm fires, and that's not fun, especially in a ship like the St. Louis with such a good fire chance. Honestly, it just makes sense. It works really well on the Charles Martel. In fact, it works very well on the entire line of ships that have reload boosters in the French heavy cruiser line. It's just a valid tactic on. Hell, you can do it on the destroyers as well. Any French ship with a reload booster ever, right? That's got a reasonable fire chance on their HE. Hello. I was not expecting that. Carrier tops. Or at least they hit like carrier tops. Okay. Pretty random. Okay. Alright, we're going to chuck the speed boost on and do a combat turn, and then I'm going to head down the map. I think we need to go say hello to that carrier and the Otago, so we'll head that way. It's quite boring here. Team Red have decided to camp out the islands at A, which means there's not much to shoot, really, to be honest, at the moment. More Russian torpedo bombers coming into play. North Carolina's just out of range. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. Those torpedoes look a little bit dangerous, so we're just going to avoid those. I don't want to be hit by any more aircraft carrier torpedoes today, thanks. Right. We can now start setting fires on the North Carolina, but the Rupert got him. That Rupert is having a bit of a match, isn't he? He's having a bit of a game. That's 3 now, by my count. Okay, switching fire to the Tennessee. Got fire on him. We'll keep an eye on that, top right, in case he puts it out. Oh, he's letting that one burn. Okay. I'm being targeted by someone. I suspect that's the Iowa. If I was the Iowa, I'd be targeting me. That didn't come from the Iowa. What the? The Otago? The Otago target me? Yeah, no, the Iowa's... looks like he's in a duel with the Georgia. That must have been the Otago. Yeah, it's coming from over that island. Okay. Interesting. Shame these islands are in the way, to be honest. Alright, we're just going to jink round the islands. Put some more fire on the Iowa. Oh. She's a tough old girl. Someone else is going to get that. Yeah, the Georgia got him. And that's fair enough. They were dueling. He deserves it. More than I do. That's a fact. Honestly, I love this ship. She's really fast and maneuverable and very, very easy to use. The guns are great. I love the guns on this ship. Gonna go give the Otago a nasty surprise now, because I don't think he's going to expect me to be charging up the map at 41 knots. So here we go. You never know. We might even encounter the carrier if we're lucky. Oh, there's only 58 seconds left in the match. 53. That's a shame. That's a shame. I was just starting to get into my stride. There's the Otago. Looks like he knows what he's doing. Okay, 7k damage, incapacitation and fire. Gonna put the reload booster on now. Let's try and burn this guy down fast. Torpedo bombers on my 6. Yeah. Okay. It's all going down. Switching to AP. Get hit by one torpedo. Took out my rudder. And we get a Citadel on the Otago. And we're not going to get to finish him off, are we? Damn. And there's the carrier. No! Oh man, mate. I'd love another minute with these two. Maybe 2 minutes, and that would have been amazing. But you know what? It was a pretty good match. Had a lot of fun. St. Louis is a lovely boat. It's a good line of ships. If you haven't seen my Charles Martel review, go check it out. If you are pondering the line, just grind it. You know, it makes sense. These are great ships, and Henry, or the Henri, has just been recently buffed, so you know they're decent ships. They're decent ships. Let's have a look at the detailed report. Okay, so we've got 106,980 damage, 93k with the main battery, 86,000 of that was HE, 12,000 of that was fires, and 13,002 airplanes. We were running the 20% credit booster, and we got about 200,000 credits. Not terrible, not terrible. Well, my name's Lone Gun, and this has been the St. Louis. Thank you all very much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.